am Ms. Dassel of Faith and Works Private Tutoring, and welcome to SEA Math. So we're going to tackle worded problems in section 3. You know that's the hardest section, right? So come and join me. Let's do this. All right, so we're tackling section 3 worded math problem. So make sure you pause the video, try the question on your own, and then press play and see if you get the same answer. All right, let's do this. So we have our question here. We're gonna look for keyword clues. Now, keyword clues, think of yourself as Sherlock Holmes, right? So keyword clues are gonna help us figure out what we do know. And that's gonna help us figure out what we don't know. So let's get into it. So we're over here. A gardener picked 600 sweet peppers. That's information we know. He sells 2/3 of them. Okay, that's important. So we're gonna highlight that. I'm gonna put that in pink. He sells 2/3 of them and gives 1/4 to his neighbors. Okay, so let's highlight you. He keeps the rest. Okay, we're gonna put that in another color. So we know, okay, 3 things we have to figure out. Let's look at the question. How many more did he sell than give to his neighbors? Right, that is also a keyword clue. How many more? That's a keyword clue that indicates that you have to subtract. Right, I have a video on keyword clues, so check through the YouTube channel. All right. Part B says, how many sweet peppers did he keep? All right, so we're gonna solve the question and then we're gonna see if we could figure out parts A and B. Alrighty then, so he sells. So we're gonna put our statements. You don't have to have long statements, something simple, because you need to show your working. So 2/3 of them. Of is another keyword clue which needs to multiply. So 2/3 of 600. All right, 3 into 3, 1, 3 into 6, 2, 0, 0. 2 by 2 is 400. So we know he sells 400 of the peppers. He gives 1/4. So we just put something simple, gives 1/4 of the 600. We're not going to do 1/4 of a 400. Don't be confused. 4 into 4, 1, 4 into 6, 1. We carry the 2. 4 into 20 is 5. 4 into 0, 0. So 150. And he keeps the rest. All right, we know the total here so far. 400 plus 150. That's 550. So the rest or the remainder, we just put rest, would be the total minus, well, the grand total minus the subtotal here, which is 550. All right, which is 50. Right, so look at that from the information that they gave us. Look at how many things we were able to figure out. So this is going to make answering the questions a lot easier. So how many more did he sell and give to his neighbors? How many did he sell? He sold 400. You know we have to subtract. How much did he give? He gave 150. All right, so let's calculate. That's 0, 3, carry the 1, at 5, 2. So we sold 250 more sweet peppers, right? Easy 2 marks. How many sweet peppers did he keep? Well, we know he kept the rest, and the rest is down here, and that's 50. So we could put that answer, all right? And there we have it. First question done. We have statements and we have answers. 4 marks. All right, let's go to the next question. All right, so we're in question 38. Cutouts similar to the one above are stuck in a line. The space between the two cutouts is 4 centimeters. All right, so the width of the cutout is 2 centimeters, the height is 6. What are the lengths of B and C? All right, let's figure out what we do know to solve what we don't know. What are the lengths of B and C? So B, let's put B in a little box here. All right, so we have a box here. So we know that each little, the length of the feet here, that's 2, 2, and 2. So we can say for every 2 centimeters, so for B, let's write that down. B equals 2 centimeters multiplied by 3 figures, right? So that's good 3. So we know that's gonna give us 6 centimeters. And let's look at the spaces. The space between every cutout is 4 centimeters. So let's put spaces. So 4 centimeters, and there are 2 spaces here. This is a space, this is a space. So that's gonna give us 8 centimeters. Therefore, the total distance of B, total distance, would be 2 plus 2 plus 2, that's a 6, plus 4, that's 8. 6 plus 8 is 14 centimeters. Do you get 14? Hope you did. All right, now let's look at part C. So part C says, what's the length of C? So C, oh, well, we can make our life easier. Since we know A to B is 14, we could either do 2 things. We could either add on, we could either figure out from here, or we could just do the entire thing. All right, so let's just do the entire thing. So let's look at these spaces. So there are how many spaces? 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 spaces. And I'll put that here. So 4 spaces times how many centimeters in between those spaces? 4 centimeters. So 4 centimeters. That's going to give 4 fours are 16. Then let's look at the number of cutouts. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 cutouts times the length of the cutout. That's 2 centimeters. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's 10. Right? times 2 centimeters will give us 10. So we add them together. So the total, so C basically is 16 centimeters plus 10 centimeters, 26 centimeters. Put that there. And there you have it. We just solved for the second question, number 38. I hope you got it. If you didn't, you can take down the corrections. All right, on to the next question. All right, so we're on to the next question, number 39. Two similar triangles are joined here. Line AB is 25 centimeters long. Okay, so that's this line here. Right? So I'm going to put 25 centimeters, so I know that's 25 centimeters. Calculate the distance around the triangle 1. Okay, I'm going to shade triangle 1 a little so we don't confuse 1 and 2. All right, so that's triangle 1. Okay, keyword clues. Keywords here. The distance around. That means only one thing, perimeter. So we're going to find the perimeter. All right, so let's look at the 3 sides we have in triangle. So we know 12 is a side. We know 25 is a side. What's the 3rd side? Now, luckily for us, this shape, the entire shape is a rectangle. You see that? The whole thing is a rectangle. It's a rectangle. So if this side is 20, this side is also 20. All right, so our 3rd side would be 20 centimeters. All right, so that means this side over here is 12. All right, and this side is 20. So let's add 12, 25, and 20 will give us 57 centimeters. So our answer is 57. All right, the next part of the question is all the way down here at the bottom. Calculate the distance around the compound shape. Right? We know that the shape is a rectangle. So the compound shape is a rectangle. So let's clean it up a little. All right, so we know this side is 20. We know this side is 12. So we just have to find the perimeter of the shape. It's a rectangle, so you can do 2 things. You can add each side, so 20 plus 12 plus 20 plus 12, or you could use the formula. All right, so the perimeter of rectangle. All right, notice I'm putting my statements. Make sure you put your statements. All right, we have length plus width or breadth multiplied by 2, or some people write it as 2L plus breadth, depending on which one. Some people learn width, some people learn breadth. Right, so L, the length is 12, well, 20, right? Plus the width is 12 divided by 2. 12 plus 20 is 32 times 2 is 64. So 64 centimeters. And there we have it. We solved the other one. All right, on to the next. Last question in section 3. All right, so for our final question, we have name 2 shapes from the box above with 2 equal longer sides and 2 equal shorter sides. So we have parallelogram, rectangle, and trapezium. All right, so from the question above, we already have one of them. That's gonna be rectangle. So we put that in the space, rectangle. And if you have an idea what a trapezium looks like, it kind of looks like this. Right? The top of Pizza Hut, the roof of Pizza Hut, right? The logo. So that's definitely out. So the only next one, so by the process of elimination, sometimes you don't even know. You might forget what a parallelogram looks like, but if you know what a trapezium looks like, you do a process of elimination and just remove the ones that are definitely not the answer. And then you're left with the rest. All right, so now we have to draw a parallelogram. Okay, so let's do this. So we know it's gonna have one side coming like so. So they're definitely gonna be the same. I'm not the best artist, so bear with me. Okay, great. And then we're gonna fill it in with the angles. So 2 angles have to be 60 degrees. So 60 degrees, 60 degrees, obviously is gonna be the smaller angles. Right? These would be acute angles. And then the obtuse angles would be 120. All right, because you have to make sure and label it correctly. You don't want to put 120 in this angle. Obviously, that would be wrong. And that is it. Look at that. We did it. 4 easy marks. Look at that. See how you can get 20 marks? So easy. Just take your time. All right. Take your time. Underline the keyword clues. Make sure you understand the questions. Look at what we do know to figure out what we don't know. Right? Take your time. Check over your answers. Right? And join me again for our next installment of SEA Math Word Problems. All right, so this is episode 2. See you next time. Bye.